G'day cobbers, welcome back to the bush. In this video we'll be checking out how to change a tyre on a hill. Well, Matty's got himself a bit of a flat here, so we're going to check out how to change a tyre securely and safely on a hill. Of course, your best option, if you can, is to roll to somewhere that's flat, do it there, but not an option here, so we're going to change it on the hill. Firstly, let's have a look at the setup. So on the anchor car, we have an 8-ton tree trunk protector here, going onto our grade 70 transport chain. That's hooked to our rear recovery point using a 4.7 ton bow shackle. Let's check out the front. So to secure the vehicle, because it doesn't have a winch, I'm going to run my winch down to the vehicle using a dampener onto their recovery point. Let's go and have a look at the connection. So as you can see at the front, we've connected the winch line to the recovery point using a bow shackle. We've also chocked the wheels, and let's have a look at that. So at the back of the vehicle, as you can see, we've chocked using a rock here. They use your surroundings in what could be a log on the side of the road. In fact, we've chocked all 3 wheels. Okay, now this is an automatic vehicle, and there's a specific process when it comes to stopping an automatic vehicle on the hill. So you've got your foot on the brake, obviously, when you come to a stop, then you apply the park brake. Once you've done that, get your mates to chock your wheels, and then slowly take your foot off the brake until you roll onto the chocks and onto the park brake at the same time. Once you've done that, then you put your foot back on the brake and pop it into park. That will never allow any tension to get onto the parking mechanism, and when you want to get going again, you simply put it into drive. Now we've secured the vehicle, it's time to remove the spare. You've got to be mindful of the fact that you could come down if you're at a great old rate of knots. Now we've got the spare down, time to put it under the side of the vehicle. So as you can see, we put the spare tyre under the side of the car, and that's for a bit of redundancy. Of course, you never trust a jack. Jacks fail on multiple people, multiple times a year, and there's deaths caused by jacks. Don't trust them as far as you can throw them with both hands tied behind your back. Okay, so we'll put that under the side there for a bit of redundancy, and now we need to crack the nuts while the vehicle's still on the ground. Let's grab your wheel brace and just go around and just take the first bit of tension off the nuts. And don't forget, we've put the vehicle into low range, of course, because we're on steep hills, and the centre differential is locked. And there's a reason for that. If you want to know all about that, go and check out my other video that I've linked below about why you should lock your centre differential. So if you're on less than firm ground, perhaps you'll need a jacking plate. This will avoid you having the jack push into the ground when you're trying to jack up, because it distributes the weight over a larger area. Well, it's just like a snowshoe. Okay, let's get under the vehicle and start the jacking procedure. Okay, now we've placed the jacking plate underneath the vehicle and the bottle jack underneath the vehicle as well. We'll start jacking it up. First thing we need to do is unscrew the extension. Make sure the bleed valve is tightened up, and then we start jacking it up. Try and stay out from underneath the vehicle as much as possible. You'll also notice I'm doing this from the high side and not the low side, so it's obviously not going to roll uphill, but it possibly roll downhill. Okay, now we've got it jacked up, and you'll notice it's jacked up fairly high. And don't forget, the vehicle had a flat tyre. So we're going to not only jack it up the height off the ground, but we need to allow for an inflated tyre as well. Let's get to and change the tyre. Okay, now we've got it jacked up, let's take the wheel off. Now you'll notice that I put all the wheel nuts onto the tarp to keep them nice and clean, because you don't need crud and whatnot getting into the threads. We've done that, now let's take the wheel off. Move that one out of the road for a second. Now before we put this tyre on, we'll put our spare tyre back under the side of the vehicle. One important thing to take into consideration when you're about to put your spare back on is make sure these surfaces are nice and clean. This surface here, these sit underneath vehicles or on the back of vehicles. They're subjected to a lot of dust and crud, and there could be a build up here, and you can imagine you do the initial tightening, that's fine, and it might be a little bit cocked, and after a while that crud will break down and then your wheel nuts will go loose because there will be an increased gap there. So make sure you clean off the crud on both surfaces before you put the tyre on. Now we have to put the wheel on. And this is going to be a bit of a bear on the hill, but we've got a bit of a trick we can show you. Line him up as best you can, and grab your shovel and use the shovel to lift him up. There we go, simple as that. Now run all your wheel nuts back on. It's very important to start two diagonally, and that way you'll centre the wheel. Just nip them up with your wheel brace. Now we can put the rest of the nuts on. Nip them up with your wheel brace, no particular order. So we're not done doing up the wheel nuts. Now we can let it down off the jack. Okay, so now let's let it down. Move over to the bleed valve and down she goes. Nice and slowly. Now it's back on all four wheels. Let's give a final tighten up on those wheel nuts. Okay, onto the final tension of the wheel nuts. You want to do it in a crisscross pattern so we tighten down nice and evenly. Count about allowed as you go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now after you've done that, just to double check, I like to start at the top, work my way around, and that way I'll make sure that I never miss a nut. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm 110% sure that every single wheel nut on that wheel has been tightened, and it's a great idea after an hour or so of driving to recheck the tension on your wheel nuts. Okay, the only thing left to do now is, of course, is to grab the spare from underneath the side, put that back on the wheel carrier on the back, tidy up the tools and get going again. Give this a go in your driveway before it comes to a real situation where the first time you're changing a wheel on your four-wheel drive is on a steep hill like this. Inevitably when you get a flat, it'll be dark, it'll be cold, it'll be raining. Give it a go, know where all your tools are, and have a great time out in the bush. We'll see you in the next one.